This is the story of an orphan named Lu Shu. He's not your usual orphan, rather he's a metahuman adapting to the changes occurring in himself and the world around him. As the magical era starts, he embarks on a journey with his adorable young sister Xiaoyu to rise above the ranks. Episode 1. A woman is seen carrying a baby late at night. While it is storming outside due to the presence of a suspicious-looking man, she hides somewhere and sings a lullaby to her baby. She claims she is unable to return home. Fortunately, a kind lady offers to provide her with overnight refuge for the sake of the baby. The mother hands her infant to the lady, saying that she is going to get some medicine and is never seen again. There is a significant time jump of about 18 years. Some sort of Chinese event is going on, and we meet our main character Lu Shu, hanging out with a girl who appears to be his sister Xiaoyu. They both leave to see a show. Lu Shu makes his way to the front where he miraculously absorbs their performer's fire. He briefly teleports to another realm, and then returns. No one appears to have noticed anything. However, it is worth noting that he is wearing the same pendant as the infant from the first scene. Lu Shu is confused about the performer and his abilities. When the event is over, his sister wants to meet the performers so they may learn fire skills from him and try to make money from it. They sneak behind the scenes and observe a crime scene. A tranquilizer is fired at the performer. Lu Xiaoyu and his sister panic and are apprehended. The agents explain that the act was unapproved, which is why they are interrogating the performer, but Lu Shu is skeptical. He makes the typical quote, "We were looking for the restroom" excuse, and the agents let them leave as soon as they go outside. They are approached by a mystery person named Zai Wei who inquires about what happened backstage. Lu Shu ignores him while walking past him as if he doesn't exist. He examines the entire incident and comes to the conclusion that the fireman was using powers which enraged a certain group. Lu Xiu wants to figure out what's going on, but his line of thought is interrupted by Zhou. She apparently escaped from an orphanage and is now living with Lu Shu, so they are not relay related. According to the news, people with superpowers are appearing everywhere. Meanwhile, Lu Shu walks outside to grab some instant noodles for a whining Xiaoyu. On his way, he recalls his days in the orphanage, when Xiaoyu was always there for him. Preoccupied with his thoughts, he gets run over by the truck and bleeds on the road while his mother's lullabies start playing in the background. His body levitates in the air while his necklace illuminates. A surge of power travels through his entire body, and he awakens as if nothing had occurred. He feels no pain and wonders whether he has gained superpowers or something. He then casually goes into the grocery store with his face covered in blood, and he discovers that every time he instills unpleasant feelings in the other person, his score rises. As if he were playing an RPG, he gives the noodle to Xiaoyu and heads to the shower. A menu page appears before his eyes and takes him to a different universe where the lullaby starts playing again. He realizes he has really hit the jackpot. Later that night, he learns that someone ignited a fire in the city center. He leaves the house on instinct and encounters some men in black. However, he is afraid because now that he has abilities, he knows he is on their radar. Episode 2. Fortunately, he is smart enough to know how to put on a dumb face. His excuse works just like the last time. Once home, Lucia wonders why his instincts led him to the rooftop, where those guys were headed, as if he can feel them back home. Xiaoyu refuses to believe that Lu Shu has any superpowers in his room. He wonders why he has no proof of his power from the scores he had gathered so far. He buys another item that looks like some sort of spiritual energy. He eats it, gets teleported into another universe like usual, and returns with a new ability unlocked. He tests it out and realizes that he can lift his entire bed with just one hand, which makes him determined to earn more points. The next day, Lu Shu sells eggs to make money. Some of his classmates arrive to nag him about having to work to survive. However, Lu Shu has become an expert in annoying others. This is when he sees a girl named Chao who makes his heart skip a beat. In the classroom, everyone is talking about people with superpowers. Lu Shu learns that there are some ranks for these awakened people, and currently Lu Shu is at rank F. However, he couldn't care less about ranks as long as he can make more points. Suddenly they hear the news that a boy from 7th grade Li Qi has unlocked superpowers. He had a fight with a teacher, and now he's on the roof threatening to push a faculty member down owing to his smart and quick thinking. Lu Shu distracts Li Qi while the police rescued the poor staff member. Back in class, Lucia was forced to give a blood sample along with everyone else, and he is not sure what purpose it serves. The next day in school, we find out that blood samples were taken to identify who the awakened students are. They will be provided a special classroom and a special teacher who turns out to be the same agent who tranquilized the fire boy. The name of the students are revealed, and everyone is shocked to find out Lu Shu's name is on it. The Chow girl and Lu Shu's bully are also on the list. In the ending scene, we see an unknown supernatural hooded character take down an entire clan in an epic fight. Episode 3. The next episode opens with the introduction of a new classmate, Jian Shu, who is also part of the special class meant for the awakened ones. He takes a seat beside Lu Shu. The special class's teacher Xiaofei teaches about unique chemicals. The newcomer turns out to be quite knowledgeable about supernatural phenomena. Xiaofei explains that the abilities of students can be assessed with the help of a chemical. The darker the chemical, the higher the quality of superpowers. He reveals that there are a total of 6 quality standards that will be revealed tomorrow, to which category each student belongs. He also states that with hard work and effort, low-quality ability users can climb up the ranks back home. Lu Shu wonders if the quality of his ability will be low, because he had eaten the purification fruit. The game reveals that Lu Xiaoyu has used too many purification fruits, so now they will no longer appear in the draw. Instead, he gets a stinky tofu. Determined to draw something special, he spins and spins until there is a mysterious black aura and an object appears in Lu Shu's hands, and then accidentally seeps into Xiaoyu's consciousness. Just like Lu Shu, she enters into an unknown star plane that looks different from what we saw with Lu Shu. She comes back to her senses and exclaims that she is awakened. Lu Shu hopes his ability will make cash someday, or something better than stinky food. He starts telling the stinky tofu his game rewards him many people by the tofu doubling Lu Shu's income. Although some people resent its smell, but that also helps Lu Shu. As their negative feelings increases his score points that he can later use to buy more tofu to sell. He's truly a mastermind. He enjoys the next couple of weeks enjoying his business success. One day he enters his star plane again, and somehow summons a magical sword and brings it to the real world. Apparently he has passed the first level, and there are a total of 7 stellar levels to pass. Meanwhile, Xiaofei teaches the students a new method called the union of 2 aspects, with which they can obtain enormous strength with the help of some spiritual stones. The next day, the old man tries to recruit Lu Shu again by showing his dazzling swordsmanship, but Lu Shu couldn't be bothered. During the lunch break, Lu Shu finds out from Zhang about the Tianluo Foundation, which is home to a few of the strongest people in the country from a specific land. They appear to be setting a trap for the awakened. That night, Lu Shu senses a strange presence. A couple of people arrive in front of the house of the old swordsman. A boy enters the house, and it seems like he's a part of the Tianluo Di Wang organization and wishes to recruit the old man. Due to his splendid talent, the old man calmly declines the offer, calling Tianluo just a bunch of conquerors. At this response, the boy leaves with a clear threat. When he leaves, he catches Lu Shu peeping from the window but chooses to ignore it. After realizing that the old man has relations with some of the really strong men, Lu Shu agrees to train with him. They both surprisingly get along quickly. For the next part, please like and subscribe the channel. See you next time.